Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to volume 32 of the Adulthood Podcast.
Woo!
It is now November 20th, Monday, November 20th. Thank y'all for always listening and supporting. We hope you guys are enjoying this holiday season. Thank y'all for tuning in every Monday.
Thanks, guys.
For a new episode. If you want to see me performing live this weekend, I'll be at the Punchline in Philly. And next week, I'll be in Louisville at Laughs. The week after that, I'm going to Toronto. That's December 8th and 9th in Toronto. But this weekend, Punchline Philly, Ian Lara Live for all the dates.
T-Dot.
Thank y'all for tuning in. This is volume 32. Where we another fun one where we talk about step parenting.
Woo!
It's going to be a big one, baby. Thank y'all for listening. Like, subscribe, share us everywhere.
Good night.
We in this, baby.
Woo!
Do you guys, when you guys start the pod, do you start like right now? Like, do you guys let all this play? Oh, good. No cuts.
None.
Marty, while we're rambling off, could we add one more to that if you could think of anything,
Well, I'm
please?
debating on what the correct your is.
Just think of anything that's clever, please. So we can have one more point. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Adulthood Podcast.
Hi, guys.
This is episode volume 32.
Woo!
Let's switch it just straight to volume.
That's
more
it.
Episodes,
That's
baby.
it.
We're rebranding.
Go get to decent.
31 volumes in, we're rebranding. These are no longer episodes. These are volumes that we're putting out. This is November 20th. Is that the correct date?
That's the correct date. We verified.
I know we had a mishap last week.
What's 13 plus
Marty.
7?
It's November 20th.
November
Correct.
30th. Monday. Is this Halloween week?
Or November?
I mean, Thanksgiving week.
No.
Next week.
Actually, no. Yes, it is.
It is?
Oh,
Yep.
holiday week, baby.
It's an early Thanksgiving?
Holiday week. Speaking of the holidays, we have to give a shout out to New York or Nowhere.
Boom.
In the thing, this is we have the bag.
We got the bag?
Because we went there because they saw the pod, right? And then they got us all this gear.
Uh-huh.
And then it's not even like, it's like high New York fashion stuff.
You see it. The drip is dripping.
We went to Soho. They flew us out to Soho,
Right?
New York, not London. And we went to the store and they just let us pick out what we wanted. And we told them we would definitely give them a shout out. They didn't even ask for a shout out.
Yeah.
But we told them we would.
Big shout out, Brian. Big shout out, Ashley. We appreciate you, you know?
Yeah, because they definitely took care of us. That's the dope thing about like New York when it comes to like fashion. Like when you see all these high brands that are doing big things, a lot of times they getting it from like these startup fashion brands.
That's it.
That are doing like all the work.
Yeah.
And
true.
have a pulse on like
The culture.
and the street fashion. So anytime we could get a chance to like highlight them and give them some type of exposure on the pod, we love to do that.
That's a fact. And you know what? Big shout out to all the ladies that's out there, in particular to my lady. Shout out to you, baby, because she's the one that put me on to New York or Nowhere. So big shout out. And Bryant, the manager, was saying that honestly, a lot of their demographic are ladies because they just, the ladies know the vibe. So shout out to all the
I think the CEO's a woman.
Yeah, the CEO's a woman too.
The founder's a woman.
Yeah.
Which,
So once again, shout out to
her. I love underground, and they're not even underground. They have a store in Soho. So they're like, that's like, it don't get bigger than that. Yeah. It don't get bigger than that. That's not a mom and pop shop, but like one that's not a mainstream, like a no mainstream brand. I love to have clothes where people are like, where do I get that? And I'm like, you can't. You can't get it.
You got to be on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually I tell them because I want to promote the store, but I love telling people you can't.
Yeah.
That's, me.
I think that our goal for this next year is to be in one of the fashion shows in Paris.
Yeah, man. If you got a brand out there and you want us to wear it, send it in.
Send it.
But look, people send us a lot of stuff. We don't wear all of it.
No, we don't.
It gotta be
fly.
It gotta be
super fly.
Up to par.
That's right.
For the adulthood experience. So we changed our name.
The adulthood experience?
The adulthood experience.
Are we just on fire?
The
between
adulthood
volumes and the
EXP. We just making gold here.
Is that a t-shirt?
Adulthood experience.
Johan?
Adulthood experience. Write that down, please.
We got a t-shirt counter.
Shout out to Johan.
Big shout out to
sound.
That's right.
Marty McFly on production.
Marty McMar.
You know the gang.
Woo, woo, woo.
DJ8PM.
Hi.
I'm Ian Lara.
Hey.
Volume 32.
Boom.
Adulthood Pod. You know we got people that listen like as soon as it drops, like on Monday.
No, I do. And they'll text me like for the next episode and saying, yeah, you should talk about this. You should talk about that. And I'm like,
can I ignore them?
Yeah. But I also say thank you for listening for when it drops.
Yeah,
you said 4 a.m.
Talk about
right?
what we want to talk about.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people definitely be I don't know. No one texts me. None of my friends listen.
Really?
No. My friends, you got these like supportive friends. None of my friends listen to anything I do. I don't come from this world of supportive
Hold
friends.
on. We were friends. I came to the shows and I watched the stand-up. I came out. No, I mean...
I don't have a friend that listens to this. Everyone that listens to this is just a fan. You know, they like this stand-up or they're just a fan of the pod.
Well, get more friends.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm trimming down.
I got to bring you around.
I'm trimming down on them.
Okay.
How was your weekend, man?
My weekend was great.
What'd you do?
Well, are we talking about November 20th?
No,
or are we
they
talking
know
about
we
the
from
weekend?
the-
All right, cool. Actually, I DJ'd a wedding after party at Cipriani's on South Street.
A wedding after party?
Yeah, wedding after party.
Ooh, what time did that start?
It started at 12. Went from 12 to 2. And it was
At
fire.
Cipriani's?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Do they have was it coming from a church or did they have a wedding thing?
No,
I didn't know you could have wedding after parties.
Yeah, so they do the whole event in one place, but it has 2 rooms. So the main room is where they did so the room where the after party was where they had the actual ceremony, and then they have the reception, and then they come back into the room, they flip the room over.
Oh, so it's one of these the wedding, the party, and the sex all happens
in the same room. Yeah, definitely. And it was turned up. The bride came up and she was just like, "All right, you're killing us. You know, my feet hurt. Let's wrap this up." I'm like, "All right, I got you, no doubt."
Was she ended the party?
I mean, at the right time, just like 5 minutes before.
Well,
usually they don't want it to end.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
But then at the same time too, like,
was she a white?
Yeah.
I've never seen this.
But the day started at 7 p.m.
That's not that late.
I mean,
7 p.m. is fine. Like that's
from 7 to 2 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, most weddings start at 7 a.m. and then you have the reception in the morning. You have the wedding at the church in the morning. You go do photos. You have a thing. Then the party at night. That's most weddings.
That's very true. But there's a break. Right? Between the photos?
Sure. But also it's like, I'm not saying that she can't be tired. I get that. But it's like, I've been at weddings where the couple just leaves.
Want to keep, or that they want to keep going.
No, they want to keep going for sure. Yeah. But if they're too tired, they just disappear.
Oh, I've seen that too.
I mean, at 2 a.m., it's no longer about you.
No. It's about your bridesmaids.
Right.
Oh, man. I feel like I've been holding out. So I did a wedding a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right. And the maid of honor, she probably thought like she was an amateur stand-up, but she basically said that she wanted to sleep with the bride's brother. That was part of the speech.
What do you mean?
Like she was just like, hey, let's say his name was Johan. Like, hey, Johan.
In her speech?
Yeah. Like, I just found out that I'm gonna sleep with you tonight. Basically, she said that in so many words, and I was just like, okay.
Now, is Johan married? Is he bisexual? Is he working? What's he doing?
She didn't care. She was just like, Johan, you are the target tonight. This is the maid of honor.
Did you see Johan?
Yeah, Johan gave a speech later.
What was his speech like?
His speech was just like, hey, I'm glad that you finally said that.
Are we allowed? Is this allowed, Marty? Are we allowed to solicit sex in the wedding speeches?
During the wedding speeches, I can't believe I held this information.
I feel like it's frowned upon.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I feel like it's frowned
I
upon.
always turn to you for what's like allowed and what's not.
Guess where she was
Alaska?
From? Boston.
Close.
I know you was up there last week, right?
Yeah.
Is that the energy that you get from women from Boston?
No one solicited sex in a speech at my shows, but I didn't open the floor to anyone.
Okay.
So if
that's true.
So it's honestly my fault.
Yeah.
Now, is this girl that the sex solicitor, is she young?
She was not. I mean, she's young in life aspects.
She's adulthood young.
She's adulthood young. She said she was 38.
38. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And she's single.
Yes.
Yeah, 38-year-olds don't have time to waste.
She said,
I kind of understand.
She said single AF. She didn't curse, but she's...
Oh, that sounds like divorced. I know what that sounds like.
Oh.
She was drunk?
She definitely had some spritzes, but like she wasn't the end of the night drunk. She was definitely feeling good.
I wonder now, did you get any did you follow up on this?
I didn't do too much recon. Because
I feel like if you're gonna make a speech at the wedding,
you gotta live up
then
to
you
it.
should send everybody an email or something, letting them know
this is how it's going down.
You know, sometimes I've done that at shows before where like, and I do it completely jokingly, where I have a girl flirting from the audience and I'll make a joke about us hooking up after the show.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I'm joking, like we don't be hooking up, but then I'll get like DMs the next day like, hey, did you guys hook up? Like when you bring people into your sex life, they want to know
They want to
it.
know. You can't just like invite people and
Even
then
if
not
it's
follow
unsolicited.
up. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they want to know, and I get it. Like, because I don't want to know about your sex life. But if you're gonna volunteer information,
Now I gotta know.
you gotta finish me off. You know?
Whoa. Especially like if it's something like that, or if it's like what did we talk about? If it's like you can't present polyamorism on the stage and then not expect a follow up on that. You know, like did you hook up with those two, or it's common courtesy.
Was she attractive?
Again, I didn't. I was very far
That's
away.
A no.
I was very
That's
far
a no.
away from the dance floor.
No.
So I didn't.
No.
Get too much facial
A
recognition.
straight uggo. I'm kidding. He didn't see it.
I didn't get too much.
Marty, you're offended. You don't even know what this girl looks like. Why are you offended?
She stands up for all women.
Yeah, you're just saying this is a fake girl that we're talking about. Why are you giving me that face?
I don't think giving you any face, and I don't think you should call people uggos.
We don't know. This is a fake person. This is not.
It's like, I don't know.
This is a theoretical person. It's not an actual person.
Call theoretical people uggos.
Oh my god. Welcome back to the Woke Podcast.
Hi guys.
You do a ton of weddings, man.
I'm big in the wedding scene.
And you like it better than the club? I feel like it's more sexual attention at a wedding.
I mean, I'm not even there
club.
paying attention to the sexual attention. I'm there for the fact that like they'll give you a tip before you even play your first song.
What's the tip?
The tip is like for
Money?
doing a good job. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who gives you the money?
The wedding planner.
Oh, the wedding planner.
So
how do they get the tip?
Because they've been there since, like you said, since 7 a.m. So they're there with the couple running point, you know, making sure the flowers are there and that the meals is all set up and that, you know, everybody that's supposed to be there, the vendors, the photographer, whatever, like they're running point. So the couple just gets married and I'll walk in, you know, sweatsuit because I don't change into the tux until it's close to the time.
You gotta wear a tux?
I don't have to, but you know, like you said, we're distinguished gentlemen. You know,
Right.
we're wearing New York or nowhere. Like, you know, fashion is a thing. I'm coming through to let you know that, like, oh, not only was the music good, like I've gotten compliments where it's just like, you're the best looking DJ, best dressed DJ I've ever seen. I'm like, huh, you're welcome. So I walk in.
Do you have a go-to tux? Or are you renting?
I have a couple.
No.
I think
Men's Warehouse?
I think that's an adulthood pro tip.
A tux? Most will rent.
Yeah. No, not to rent, but like you should have a tux as a man.
A tux, I don't know. I think you should have suits.
Mm-hmm.
A tux it's a special edition. You know, like I don't remember the last time I wore a tux.
Yeah.
So if I had to wear one, I would rent it.
Oh no, I got my tux.
Yeah, but you're in the tux world.
I'm in the tux
weekend,
world. Yeah.
so it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Where do you even get a tux?
Suit Supply.
Oh, they sell tuxes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought because every time I needed a tux, I rented it because you want it to be. Because also I feel like in your situation, it's fine because you're doing the weddings, different weddings, but. Like anytime I ever needed a tux, it was like a tux I can't repeat.
Once.
Yeah. It was a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know?
I feel like at my actual wedding, I want a Tom Ford tux.
Tom Ford.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna manifest that. I'm gonna manifest that into my hotel room.
If you work for Tom Ford, call in, send us a message.
Or at least a cologne or something.
Yeah, we'll work something out. We'll wear your stuff on the show.
The biggest health and wellness podcast in the universe.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. You know, doing shows on the road. Did Boston.
Shout out to Beantown.
I spoke about it on the last
previous,
but I wanted to dive into today's topic because This is going. I feel like every time we do a topic, we're walking on eggshells.
Yeah. This is
a big one.
This is an omelet right here, bro.
This is a big one.
This is definitely scrambled eggs right here.
Today we want to talk about adulting, right? That's what we do here. We discuss adulting. And part of adulting is if you date adults and you're an adult, sometimes you might find yourself dating a person who's an adult, but they come with a child.
Ooh, I like how you set that up.
And because you like the child's parent, you are now
obligated?
A step parent.
Are you obligated to like the adult's child?
Yeah.
Because some I don't know if you've run into this, but some people, they have evil children.
I never had the evil child.
Okay. So you're lucky.
I've obviously have dated women with children. The kids were always, they were good kids.
Are you a multiple stepfather?
I've had multiple stepkids, yes.
Wow.
Yes. I've
revelation.
I'm the Nick Cannon of
stepkids.
Yeah.
T-shirt.
Yeah. A lot of stepkids.
The Nick Cannon of stepkids.
Yeah.
You're the Romeo Santos of comedy and the Nick Cannon of stepchildren.
You know,
wow.
Moms are very loving.
Of course.
Women with kids tend to be better people.
They know how to treat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that. Is that controversial? For the women with no kids?
HR?
Yeah. Women with kids tend to be better people.
Okay.
They tend to be more homey, you know?
They're
not at the club every weekend?
That's what I was going to ask. Do you judge women with children off of how they treat their children?
That's interesting. All the girls that I've ever dated that have been a mom have been good moms.
Okay.
I have been around, I don't want to say I dated, but I have been around some girls where I'm like, I don't think you're a good parent. But I wouldn't say it.
But then does that make you stop dating them?
If they're not a good, I mean, theoretically, yes. If you're not a good parent.
But what if they're a lot of fun? That's when it gets
bad
tricky.
Parents are fun. Bad moms are fun.
That's what I'm saying.
This is the thing.
That's when it gets tricky.
Bad moms are a lot of fun.
You're a terrible parent, but I love hanging out and doing wild stuff with you.
Look, if you're a bad mom, I'm not going to stop hanging out with you because you don't feed your kids. But if we're talking about the longevity of our relationship, I'm probably going to be like, hey, I shouldn't procreate with this person. They don't pick up their kids from school. You know? But have you dated a mom? Or?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. And it was probably one of the best experiences ever because they don't really have time to waste. It's no games. It's, hey, sir, my son is being dropped off at this hour. So we have this amount of hours. So what's up?
And you have stepdad energy.
I do?
Yeah. Like, I think it's the glasses.
That's definitely the glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's the thing. I didn't meet the children.
Never?
No.
Oh, boy.
Right when it was getting, maybe I'm an asshole, but right when I was younger.
Oh,
right when I was getting, right when it was just like, yeah, I can't wait for my blah, blah, blah to meet you.
I done spent so many birthdays.
That's
at a
right,
Chuck E. Cheese or a Rye Playland.
Really? You're a big Chuck E. Cheese? You're big on the Chuck E. Did you go by yourself or you went because of the children?
No, you're not allowed by yourself anymore.
I mean, but you.
No, you gotta have a kid around to get in. Did you know that, Marty?
No.
Yeah, you need a kid to get in.
My bad. I respect it.
Yeah, new rules.
Shout out.
But yeah, no. I dated my girlfriend, and when I was in college, she had a kid. She had a 5-year-old daughter. So I was a stepdad at a very young age.
A young age.
Yeah, I was a stepdad at 19.
Wow, how was that? How long did y'all date for?
Like a year or two.
You were a child. So were you a stepdad or did she feel like she had 2 children?
She was only a couple years older than she was like 2 years older.
So y'all were just all children just hanging out?
Yes.
Okay.
It was just a big child fest.
Yeah. That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it was just a big but her daughter was 5.
Okay.
And she was cool. She was so cool. Like that's the thing. Here's the problem when you date people with kids and they got good kids.
Oh,
you're gonna like the kids because good kids are good people.
And if they're funny too.
Yeah, they're good people. And then if you're funny and you play with them and you joke with them, they'll love you
even more.
Yeah. The kids will love you. So then you have this connection. Then you break up with the parents and you're like, but I want to hang out with the kid.
Yeah.
You know?
And then don't let the kid like the same things that you like, because then y'all have a bond. Like, no, that's my boy.
Yeah. I never had a guy though. I never had a son.
Oh, so you never had a stepson?
No, I never had a stepson.
Okay, stepdaughters only.
Stepdaughters, a lot of stepdaughters.
Okay.
Yeah, never had a stepson.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that could be a little tricky.
That's definitely tricky, because then depending on the age, like why you around my mom,
right? Especially us, like we're getting a little up there in the age group, so it's very we could find ourselves with a girl who has a 16-year-old.
Yeah, easily.
Easily. And then
it's on.
These 16. I mean, how big were you at 16? You were like 6'5",
6'6".
Yeah, 16.
I've been shrinking.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But you know what I think I have on my side is the fact that like I'm on TV, so that's big to teenagers.
That's definitely
teenagers. Their mind, they can't like
it warps them.
Yeah, they can't compute seeing somebody on television and then in person
in real life
because their mind is not fully developed.
It doesn't handle. No.
Yeah, so they don't handle that well.
No,
so to them, you're like a celebrity.
And on top of that, what we did 250,000 on the TikTok. Don't be big on social media either. They're like,
yeah. I mean, I showed my niece my TikTok. My niece is 7 years old. She almost started crying.
See,
she wanted to,
that's you.
She wanted a shout out. She wanted to do dances with me. She couldn't believe it. She was like, "Oh my God, are you famous?"
That's you.
Yeah, she couldn't believe it.
Yeah. So don't let you be big on one of those.
Yeah, the kids love it.
Yeah,
and I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest
in my family. Yeah, I'm the youngest of 5. So like all my brothers and sisters have kids. So when I was a stepdad, I would use my nieces and nephews as play dates to. So I wasn't showing up kidless.
Do we have like some kind of award? Because the way you're operating right now, bro, the genius level is crazy.
Thank you,
to
man.
show up with the.
Thank you. I don't show up to a kid party empty-handed. I bring another kid
around the same age,
and moms love that,
bro.
Moms love it when you bring them a kid.
Yeah.
When they have a kid and you bring them an outside kid,
because somebody trusted their kid with you. It's a trust thing.
It's like you bring them a friend, like it's a friend. Because usually, if you're dating a girl that just has one kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a single kid. That's a only child. So you bring them another kid, is like for the next few hours that kid got a brother or sister
or something.
So in their mind, they're like, this is the greatest gift you could have gave me.
You're the best person ever.
Yeah, and then it's doubly good because it ain't your kid.
So you give it back.
And then she's like, it's perfect. If you have nieces and nephews that are young, use them to your advantage.
The genius level,
yeah, man. This ain't my first rodeo.
I'm perplexed.
When we started the podcast, I was like, we have a lot of experience and stuff that we need to give back to the people,
bro.
So I'm not gonna hide it from them. I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Can I just tell you that,
please?
Like, that was one of my favorite things about when you babysit, like, your siblings or your family members' kids, and oh yeah, I love them. The best part is giving them back.
Oh,
and the fact that it's
nothing better.
Oh my God,
it's nothing better.
I'm blown away right here, bro.
Yeah, after an hour, you start a timer.
Yeah, like, okay, I gotta get this one.
Yeah. Kids have expiration times.
They definitely do.
Yeah. Now, if you were a step parent, like let's say hypothetically, you were dating a girl with a child that she was raising. Let's say the child was 5 years old, and you and the mom were together for, let's say, a year and a half, 2 years. So you got some time, right? And now maybe you're moving in together, but the kid is in your life. How would you want your potential stepchild to address you?
I think just first name basis.
APM?
Yeah, or Big Ultramania.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm trying to think.
What, Ian Lara Live?
I think I would.
Mr. Lara?
Mr. Lara. That's not bad.
Is that what they call you when you go to the strip clubs?
I wish.
Yeah.
They don't call me at all. Mr. Lara. Mr. Lara's not bad. It's kind of too respectful.
Sir?
I like my name. My name is good.
Sir Ian
Big
Lara?
Daddy.
Oh.
Nah, Ian's good.
Not at that baby shower.
Ian, oh yeah, not at my ex's. No, because I had a friend who he had, his girl had a kid, has a son, and when they got together, like almost immediately, he was making the kid call him dad.
Wow.
Almost immediately.
So he didn't care. Well, and that's another question though. What about like the kid's actual father? Is he around or he's not around? Because that's the thing too.
I believe he is around.
And he just went in there like off the gate. Nah, I'm daddy.
I don't remember correctly because I think
I think
you're right. I think if the dad's not around, then you have free.
You have free carte blanche.
Yeah, you have free range to just raise this kid.
Go.
See, my girlfriend who had the kid, the dad was very involved.
So that's why it was boundaries.
Right. So I couldn't come in like, hey, listen, I'm your father now. She's like, well, you just picked me up. You know, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And how about you? Are you calling the kid your son?
Again, I got to see. There's so many different things that are involved. I don't think right out the gate. You know, we got to get some time. Because what if he's an asshole? Then, nah, it's not my son.
What if you guys are really cool, though?
That's my boy.
But what, I mean, your boy?
That's my boy.
But your boy means your son.
Nah.
If you're 30 years older than him.
And he's 5. Yeah, I get you. I don't know. That you bring up a very good question, bro. I've never really thought about this, but I guess it depends on the relationship with the mom too. You know, because if it might be a year, but then it doesn't go well. Then all of a sudden I'm like, damn, I started calling him my son, and I don't really even like this girl. You know, it gets tricky.
Yeah.
What about you? You going in right away? Like after a year? Like, nah, that's mi hijo. That's how they say it.
I'm not mijo. I'm not going in on a mijo right away. But sometimes these kids they're so free and pure that they might be having a good time and they'll just call you dad.
Oh,
and I might start crying.
Damn. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
With the cuteness.
What, Marty? What did I say?
I'm crying.
I might start crying if a kid just calls me dad.
Out of nowhere?
I never been a dad.
Is that crying of joy, though?
Maybe it is. Maybe it is a thing.
What is it?
Finally, sparkle fingers.
Maybe crying of joy is a thing.
She just blew your mind.
It's just a roller coaster of emotion.
It's too much for me. Let's change this topic. Okay, we're talking about gifts.
No, we did are you calling the kid a son, and how does it change if you have a kid with your significant other? Like if your partner's dating now, if you have a kid with somebody and they split up, you mean?
No. Like if you have if you're dating somebody who has a kid and they call you one thing, but then you then have a kid with that person, and so that kid has a half sibling that's half yours, and that kid's gonna call you dad.
This happened with my friend. Yeah.
And then then do you change it?
Now it's dad.
Now it's dad.
Now it's dad. It's full blown dad. Yeah.
If you have a kid, with
the person,
yeah,
and the stepchild, now you're dad.
Now you're dad.
That's it.
See, that's why my friend, he went in with dad. Yeah. So when the kid was born, it was no need acclamation.
No, that's dad.
Yeah, because if the one kid calls you APM, then your kid might think to call you APM too.
I wouldn't complain.
Yeah. So that's why you got to go with dad.
Yeah.
Now, the holidays, it's November. The holidays are coming up.
This right around the corner.
There's like a big deal with the kids. I remember when I dated a girl who had a kid.
You did gifts?
You have to. If you're dating a girl with a kid, don't buy her a gift and get the kid a gift. Because if you don't get the kid a gift, you're eliminated.
What if you get the kid a gift and you don't get her a gift?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
You're better off doing that.
Getting the kid a gift
and not getting her none. Like if somebody's not going to get a gift, don't get it for her.
Don't get her for her. Get it
She'll
for the kid.
still love you if you get the kid a gift.
Because she loves her kid that much that she doesn't.
Pro tip.
Oh my God, this guy. He's on fire.
That's so true. If you can't afford a gift, get it for the kid.
And the reason why I say that is because you ever give somebody like a gift for their kid, I don't know, what is it, like a baby shower gift or something, and you're not really close with that person or just something, but you give it for their child.
They love you.
They love you for life.
They love you.
They love you for life.
You treat a person's kid good.
Oh my God.
And it doesn't matter how you treat them.
Adulthood pro tip.
That's part of adulting. You got to make sure that, especially if you got kids with the person, both, you got to make sure, you took on that responsibility.
You got to do it.
if your girl has a kid from outside the relationship and then you have a kid with her, now y'all you have 2 kids.
Now I pose a challenging question.
Oh, please, love a challenging question.
Now, what about when the kid starts to gravitate towards you more than their actual parent, the stepchild?
I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm better than your parent. I'm funner.
You run.
Like, I'm on TV. I have followers.
TikTok.
They're gonna think I'm cooler. Also, the mom is a real disciplinarian.
That's
right,
what
in
it
this
is.
Scenario.
Yeah.
And I'm not disciplining your kid like that,
especially in a step position.
Yeah, not from a step spot.
You got to be fun.
No,
24-hour fun.
Fun Ian.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
Funyian.
That's right. Trademark. Should that be your high?
That's
Funyian,
Mr. Funyian. That's what I am. A big round Funyian. I'm not disciplining, because sometimes these step parents come in and they want to discipline people's kids.
Nah, that doesn't work. That's going to drive a wedge in the relationship.
Wedge.
Yeah, big wedge. Especially like some kids, they're really close to their parents, and then you're just going to come in and start like sweeping my mom off my feet. Who the fuck you think you are? Like, it's going to be a problem, and then you think you're going to discipline me?
Yeah. I've seen that. I've seen that. I've been around these couples where they got kids. The kid might be the guys or the girls, whoever, and then the kids step out of line. Then they yell. The step parent yells at them. Then they go back to the parent. They're like, "Hey, they yelled at him." And the parent's like, "Why you yelling at my kid?" It's
on and popping.
It's not good.
And vice versa. Big shout out to all the ladies out there. I want to know what some of the women are going through where they have stepchildren that are daughters. Women hate women, right? It doesn't matter what age. So do they, like, that friction is real fierce.
Yeah.
Especially like 5-year-old girls and like these TikTok models who want to be their stepmoms. It's beef.
I think as they get older, it probably gets worse.
Yeah, it's beef on the streets.
Yeah. Marty, what do you think? You hate women. What are the... What would you date a guy with a kid, or have you, or would you, or?
I haven't.
You haven't lived.
My greatest wish for you, Ian, is that you date a woman with like a 15-year-old girl.
Why?
So that she goes to school and tells her friends that her mom's boyfriend makes her call him fun. Like, she has to call you Funyian.
Oh no! I'm gonna have the authorities knocking on my door.
Funyian.
No, it's weird, like, because now I get older, like, you get older and you forget your age.
Yeah.
Right? And then you meet people and they're like, "Oh, I have a 20-year-old," and you're like, "But we're 20." And they're like, no. I'm gonna be 40.
Yeah.
We're 35.
Yeah.
You forget like that your age. Sometimes, and I've always say this, sometimes I wish I would have just had a kid at 16.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
so that they're of age now?
I would have had this fun ass
person
16-year-old right
kick
now.
it with.
Sitting right there.
Yeah, doing all of the TikTok
How much fun
videos.
would that have been?
I know.
Like Gilmore Girls.
What happened in Gilmore Girls?
You would have been a great Lorelai.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, that's sad. It's the show about the mom and daughter. It's like a fall white girl show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's...
I know the show, but I just don't know what it's about.
Oh, it's just Amy Sherman Palladino is a genius, and she wrote a show like about a mom and a daughter, but they're more like best friends.
Yeah.
It would be Ian and like
Gilmore Boys.
What was the age?
Funyian Boys.
Funyian Boys.
Funyian Boys.
Trademark.
She had the kid when she was 16. So when she was like 35, the kid was
16.
Yeah.
I was talking to a girl one time that told me she had a kid at 13. Wild. Yeah. So
at
she was
26,
like,
she had a 13-year-old?
Is she okay?
Yeah. No. So now she was in her 30s. She had like a full grown up. Like she had like a full grown
person.
Up.
Yeah.
Like the kid was like 20 something. I'm like, I could date your kid.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You know? Like I could rationally date your kid.
Not
But
only
I don't
that,
judge. Shout out to everyone who had a kid at 13.
Was the kid like more of an adult than the parent? Because that happens too, where if especially when people have children young, and then the either they're both raised by the grandparents or an aunt or something, and then you get like of those similar ages, like 21 and in your 30s, and the kid is like a functioning adult, and then the parent is like,
Yeah, because the problem is when you have I never had a kid that young, but when you have a kid that young, I feel like it forces you to grow up so quickly.
Some people don't.
But I'm saying it forces you to grow up in that time so quickly. Like if you have a kid at 13, you're no longer a 13-year-old, right? Now you have to be
a parent.
Yeah. So you grow up quicker in that time. So then when the kid grows up and now you're in your 30s 13. Living like you're 14.
Yeah.
Because you want to live that time again.
Arrested development.
Yeah, which I understand.
That's very scary.
Marty, would you say you would or you wouldn't date?
I don't think I'm mature enough to date someone with a kid.
Why? What do you think you're gonna do?
That's honest.
I'm self-aware enough.
You think you're gonna see the kid and be like,
no, I just think it would really blow my mind. Like, I'd be like, what do you...
As soon as the kid comes in, you're like, pull my finger. Like, Marty, grow up.
You want to chase the reins?
No, like, I feel like I act like more of a, like, you can't just, that's a great example. You can't just run away and bail if, like, a kid is involved. Like,
you want to do that?
I feel totally comfortable running away and bailing if we, like, go through a breakup and they're like, let's take a break. And I'm like, great, I'm going to go to Croatia for 5 months.
Yeah.
And cry there. But, like, that's, like, harder to do.
And
like,
cry there.
When there's a kid involved?
when there's a kid involved.
That's
so, like,
called self-awareness.
So, like, yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Probably not.
Yeah, what about you, Johan?
I think Johan got some kids over
I think Johan got kids in Arizona.
Yeah, he's raising a family. That's why he's going away for
leaving us.
Yeah, for 2 weeks.
Every 2 months. You gotta go to a baptism or
Johan Jr. Yeah, something like that.
A quinceañera or something.
That's somebody.
I mean, I feel like I wouldn't, but the more you guys are talking about it right now, I feel like it's kind of like a dream scenario. I mean, you're like,
stepkids?
Yeah, because then like the whole like disciplining thing, you can just like cop out. You could just be like, it's not my kid. Like you do.
But kids but then like they affect your life though, bro. You never did it, right?
Oh, yeah,
they affect your life, bro. If you like, think about like now you're like a young dude, right? And you're like, you might leave the podcast now and you're like, ooh, I wonder what my girl is doing. Let me hit her up for some late night action. If she's a mom, she's like, what do you mean what I'm doing?
I'm asleep.
It's 8:30 p.m. on a Tuesday.
I'm putting the kids to bed.
I'm going to bed.
And I got
sicko.
You single person.
Yeah, that's how they talk. Yeah. These moms. So they get in the way.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Stepchild now.
But you bring up a good point. Is there a way to like forego the potty training stages? Like, can we have a kid and then I come back at 5? Like, I'm not ready, and then you just because potty training is hard.
You could do whatever you want.
But like, at what point do you not, like, at a certain point, the kids, if you don't have anything to do with like yelling at them at all for anything that they do, like, at what point is the kid literally just gonna be like, all right, cool, like, you're not gonna snitch on me, and you're just gonna have a whole lot of information about whatever that teenager's like,
and you tell it to the mom,
and then you're just like, but then you're the snitch.
You're the CIA
I don't like
agent.
to snitch unless it's a thing, because kids see it as snitching, right? But there's levels to snitching, because sometimes a kid might do something where you're like, all right, you could tell them it's going to get in trouble. But then sometimes kids might do something where it literally puts their life in danger. This happens a lot when they get older, like once they become teenagers.
Oh my God.
Because I've had this happen to me with like nieces or cousins, whatever, where it's like you're 16, 17, now you think you're grown. You're not, obviously, because you're a teenager who... I mean, a teenager's like the worst because you're not grown, but you think you are.
Yeah.
Like you literally believe that you are. And I get it because I've been there and I believed it, right?
Same.
It's just part of the process of growing
life.
up.
Yeah.
So I've caught them doing some things where like normally if I catch you doing some things like, or if I find out, like I might just talk to you about it and try to explain to you why that's not like the best move. But sometimes it's like, no, I gotta tell you, like if I find you doing crack,
I gotta tell your mom.
right?
Yeah.
You have to snitch on that.
Yeah, it's not like hey, let's keep this between us.
That's a snitchable offense.
Yeah. Next thing you know, a couple months later, you're going to rehab, and they're like, "We didn't know," and I'm like, "Well, I saw some signs."
Yeah, and you're in the corner eating beef jerky. Like,
I
think I gotta get out of here.
Certain things you have to say.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you're a step parent, I think your only angle is to be cool, though.
That's the only way you can get in there to get the actual information. If you're gonna be,
you gotta be cool.
You gotta be super cool.
The kid unless you raise them from young, so they know you from like before they're able to make personality choices on you. Once they get older, if you come into life when they're older, I think off the gate they just gonna hate you.
Yeah,
that's just what you
because
do.
Because they're dealing with a lot of different things.
Some idiot dude sleeping with your mom.
Yeah.
Coming in, eating up all the cereal, drinking the milk.
The Welch's fruit
throwing
snacks.
out the almond milk. He want normal milk.
Because he's lactose intolerant.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Buying regular bread when you know it's a gluten-free house.
Nobody like that.
Who do you think you are? Roscoe.
Not to mention he's slam dancing your mom.
And you hear it.
Right.
Because you're in a one-bedroom apartment.
You hear it because you're in a one-bedroom in New York.
Oh.
Yeah. This isn't good.
No.
It's not good for anyone.
You know Tommy too?
But this is life.
Yeah.
Life ain't easy.
Tommy was a good kid.
Now, what about you? Are you a snitch on the kid or just stay out of it, guy?
I think you said you laid it out perfectly. It's like I'm not. First of all, I'm not really trying to be in kid business, right? Because kids are, especially teenagers, they're the worst people in the world. Yeah. Especially like no, for real. Because I understand. I was terrible, and I was a good kid, but just hormones.
I would hate, bro, if I was dating a girl and she had a teenager like you. I would hate that.
Nah, but I was cool too.
A big ass 6'4" football playing DJ in my house all the damn time.
I was super cool.
I would hate that.
I was respectfully. Super cool. Nah, I was super cool.
You huge.
I know. But
you look like a security guard. I'm coming home. They think you the man, and I'm the stepkid. when we walking with the mom. Everybody's like, "Oh, is this your son?" No, this is my man.
That's my son.
That's my son, but that's not his dad.
What?
Nah, I used to date this real man.
Is your son?
I used to date a real man, so I got that. But now he ruined me. His dad ruined me. So now I'm going regular.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. I was cool, man. But
what does that mean?
As a teenager,
yeah,
I was cool. Like I wasn't really into nothing crazy. I was into the usual, football, music, girls, sneakers. Mm-hmm. I wasn't really into like crack, or heroin or anything like that.
You weren't fun?
Nah, I wasn't that fun.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to steal nobody's car or like burn any buildings, the shit that teenagers do. But at the same time,
would you fight? Like you would have fought a stepdad.
Without question.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't need that problem in my house.
Yeah, but the thing is too, it's automatic friction just because I don't know who you are.
That's what I'm saying.
Who are you?
And then if the guy's a football player, is a lot worse than if it were just like a nice sweet
comedian.
Girl. Oh, same thing.
Yeah, nah, you're absolutely right. But then don't be charming too. That's what you used to, don't be charming. Curse. All of a sudden you're gonna make my mom laugh. Who you think you are?
Yeah.
Like we gotta squash this now.
And then what if I date like a guy like you, and then like me and his mom getting into an argument, and we're arguing. You're not nice when you're arguing, and he's coming out the room like, "Yo,
keep it down.
Yeah,
keep your voice
it's gonna
be
a problem. Keep your
voice at a certain level, and then
now I gotta whisper to my girl when I argue with her, because a big oversized son is gonna be yelling shit out from his room.
But you know what? That discounts one certain fact, and that's called man strength. So like,
that is a thing.
There's a thing. That man stuff kicks in, and like you know how to wrangle a 14-year-old. Doesn't matter how tall they are.
You might get Baby Boy.
Yeah.
Jody. For those of you that never seen Baby Boy,
that's a good Thanksgiving movie.
He's dating. Yeah, he's dating his mom, and he gets a little lippy.
He was an adult though,
and gets his ass beat. He was 18.
He was. Mm-hmm. That was an old 18. I feel like they looked wild old in the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah, he was 18.
Damn.
And got his ass beat for playing around. But you're a stay out of it guy.
I'm staying out of it. Yeah. Unless I get brought into it. Because you bring up a good fact too. Like, man, people are just naturally intimidated. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of the shoulders.
All right, let me give you a scenario.
Give it to me. Pause.
What's the scenario?
Yep.
Let's say you're dating what's the word? Lady with a kid.
Okay.
And let's say the kid is 15, 16.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not a grown man yet, but he's a big one. We're talking 16, maybe 6'1", big dude.
Mm-hmm.
And the mom summons you like, hey, Ernest has been mouthing off on me.
Shout out to Ernie.
Yeah, I need you to go talk to him because he's been disrespecting me.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to show him that, this is our house and he can't just be disrespecting me.
Mm-hmm.
Put your foot down.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting Ernie drunk.
You get him drunk?
Yeah.
What?
Get him wasted. You gotta with kids. You gotta hit them with the Mr. Miyagi. They don't know that. They're not gonna expect that. So you take them out. You think they're having a good time, and then like get them so drunk to the point where they. Well,
this is a crime. This is 16? A crime. What you're saying?
I'm a stepdad. I count 16.
Wait, what are you gonna do after?
Just get him drunk. We go to the bar and then get him drunk. And, I want my mom, because when people get.
But
drunk,
how's this gonna stop him from being disrespectful when he's sober?
He's gonna show love to his mom because mom's gonna take care of him.
That's one way of
and she's going to be mad at me for getting her son drunk. I brought them together. And then, I know how to smooth it over. Come on.
Listen.
That's why I said 16. 16?
All right, 15.
Damn, I don't know. That's too young. I don't know about 15. 16, you could drink overseas.
Some places, I guess, right?
So, So, 15, I'm not sure. Damn.
I mean, you're going to have to talk to him.
Yeah, but like, depending on our relationship too. So I don't, I would imagine that we're not squares, right? I don't think I'm a square. I'm not Jay-Z giving my bank account, but we already know, first of all, we know what it's like to be a 15-year-old kid. I don't know what it's like to be a 15-year-old kid in today's age with TikTok and all of the Instagrams and stuff, but it's pretty much the same things. You want to hang out with your friends. You want your opinion to be heard. You want your own space. It's like that shit doesn't change. It's just how you approach it. So,
what if the dude is like really disrespectful though? Like one of these 15-year-olds.
We might have to shoot the fair one too. I'm not afraid of that.
That you come talk to him. He like, you not my dad.
I'm not.
You just a wannabe football player.
I am.
I'm being a 15-year-old.
Okay.
You just a wannabe football player. You not Funkmaster Flex.
I'm not.
You never gonna be Funkmaster Flex.
That's cool.
Are you hitting him?
No. Okay. Did that feel better? Because once you neutralize them, once they let all that artillery out, then what?
You know what?
Or what should I say? I'll stab you. Keep talking crazy to me. I'll stab the shit out you.
No, you don't got to stab him. You could just
fight him,
hem him up a little bit.
It's almost like playing basketball with like adult men who don't have adult size. That makes any sense.
How so? How's it like?
So that? It's like it's a lose-lose situation because if I play to like the max, I'm talking about like not professionals, right? Mm-hmm. Like people who might have played in high school or whatever. Because this happened to me the other day where it's just like. You try to go harder, they're like, oh man, why you pushing me? You too strong. And then it's like, okay, then you play down. It's like, oh, I'm busting your ass. Yeah, because it's like, it's a lose-lose situation. If I play to my max capacity and my max potential, you're going to get hurt and there's not going to be fair. It's not going to be a chance. Or if I, hold back a little bit, then it's just like, oh, now that gives you the room to think that you can talk crazy. So this is like,
I think that's a good way to actually like, teach them a lesson is like playing sports where you can get a little bit physical and show him how much more stronger you are than he is without it getting like violent or anything. Like, so like you go play basketball and you D him up and you play, hard and show him that like, I'm a lot stronger than you.
That's definitely very true. The caveat that I have for that is like, them young motherfuckers could jump out the gym. Like my knee still hurts from playing with some young kids.
Yeah.
It's
one thing to jump though, but if you give them a thing, they still.
Oh yeah, they realize.
They're 15.
Yeah, they realize like, they don't want to run into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one I guess is, what if you hate the kid? Are you breaking? Like, what if you like, yo, I love the mom, I really hate this kid.
I'm out.
You're done?
I'm not catching a charge.
Relationship's done off the kid?
I'm not catching a charge for nobody.
Maybe you could convince her to give him up.
No, she's going to choose him automatically.
No, it's not automatic.
You know scenarios where they chose the partner?
Yeah, baby boy.
Oh, that's true. Damn it, Jody.
That's not automatic.
Nah, I'm not staying. I don't need that kind of headache. Because I'll really fight the kid. I'll Suge Knight him and then what? I get arrested?
Yeah. But what if
for some potato salad?
So if even like I don't really see a world where you love the mom and you're leaving her for the kid, like because the kid.
It depends on their relationship though, because if they're like this and like she loves her son, but like a mom's, you can tell the difference between a mom's love versus the love that she might have, especially if I'm not her husband, I'm just like dating her. Yeah. Like, nah,
But what if she loves you, like she's a good woman to you? Like,
but I'm not gonna put her in a place to choose between me and him. I'd rather just be like, once he grows up or whatever, like we could maybe think about figuring it out. But at this point, I'm gonna go to jail for rearranging his face. So to avoid that,
what if it's not like, all right, I know we're doing scenarios. What if it's not like
that serious,
a personal thing to you? Like it's not like he's personally doing anything to you.
He's just an asshole.
You just hate him. He's just annoying. Like, it's not like he's like you want to beat him. He's just annoying.
You got to take it out on his mom.
Like
Pound Town.
Oh, yeah.
She gotta be walking on like, and what's the thing we was talking about? That you gotta take it back to that period of like, oh, I need to be sharing this with a lot of women, like that confidence. You got to take it back to there, but just only put it on her. So as annoying as he is.
But she might like that. She might be telling the kid on the side, be bad, misbehave. Misbehave so he can do that thing he did.
You got to take it out on her. Yeah.
Oh,
it happens. Was it Pound Ski? Yeah. You take it to Pound Town.
All right. Let's wrap this up, baby. Volume 32. Thank y'all for listening to the Adulthood Pod again.
Thank you.
We love y'all. This is another great episode.
Best show ever. Best fans ever.
Parenting, the #1 health and wellness podcast in the hood.
Numero
the
UNO.
Podcast. Thank y'all. See y'all next week. Later.
Bye.